Epic intro music.
Done. I want to move promptly back because I don't want to be stuck in a timefall for too long because it damages the cargo. And basically we want to get on the other side of the river pretty much and just follow it all the way down. I think that's the best way because I think that's probably different to what I did before as well. So let's just do that. Let's get on this side of the river over here and just follow it down. We want to get down a bit more safely than that though. Oh, hello. Not good. Not good. We've lost the resins. Paddle left. Paddle left. We want to paddle right. We want to paddle right over here. I didn't think it was quite that deep. Again, I'm thinking more about the Q&A, so I'm actually making a few more mistakes than I'm used to. Because when I'm not talking constantly, I take a little bit more care. But we should have done the scanner for deep water. Yeah, yeah, so all of that red area is stuff that we definitely should have stayed clear of. Okay, but at least we're on the right side of the river now. And we just want to follow it all the way down. And we want to get out of this timefall as quickly as possible because the cargo is getting extremely damaged. And we're not actually doing so well at the moment. So can we pick up this stuff yet? No, we still can't grab that stuff yet. We still need to make it to the next checkpoint. But I might as well use this time to have another look at the Q&A. And this one is Biscuits and Tea Gaming. I'm sure a lot of you have met him. He is amazing, and despite the name is not British, he is from New Zealand, which I mentioned earlier in the episode too.
Nobody out here but us damn fools.
So we have escaped the timefall area, which is nice to know. I thought that we'd encountered some BTs or something, which is what distracted me for a second. So anyway, Biscuits and Tea Gaming. A great guy, and he's asked 3 questions, but we'll just stick to the one for now, and we'll jump back to them later, because I'd like to answer questions from everybody, not just answer all from one in one video, if that makes sense. So I will answer the other 2 just in another video. And the one I'm picking today is, where did you get your YouTube name from? Now, some of you might know, but hold on, we got mules, I think. What's that noise? Ominous music alert. Yeah, okay, so we have mules, so we want to crouch while I think. So we'll just get to the end of the mule area and then I'll get back to the question. Did they see us?
Your cargo's been pinged.
We've been pinged.
Now, before someone has eyes on you.
Okay, let's
Get to
go.
your destination ASAP if you don't want to get caught.
Okay, so we got to go. We have to move right now before the mules get onto us.
Don't get too close to mule territory unless you have to.
Okay.
Focus on your deliveries for now.
So let's get the hell out of here. There's one there. There's one right there. He's spotted us. There's 2. We're screwed. We're just going to keep going. Let's just have a quick look at them. Yep. They haven't got anything on us. So, luckily for us, that was the timefall saving our asses.
Good thing it was raining. Even they know better than to mess with BTs.
So, let's get the hell out of here. Okay. So we got the tall grass to hide in and stuff like that. Timefall will accelerate the passage of time for anything it touches. Exposure to Timefall renders cargo containers less impact resistant, putting their contents at risk of being damaged. That's a much better way of explaining it than I did it earlier. Okay, so we want to sprint a little bit more, honestly. But anyway, back to the question. How did you get your name on YouTube by Biscuits and Tea Gaming? I did a little introduction earlier. Well, basically, as I said, some of you probably know this already, but Lycaon pictus is Latin for African wild dog or painted wolves, which is the inspiration for the intro. But it's basically just the Latin for African wild dog. And I found out later that Lycaon in Greek mythology is also, you know, one of the deities sort of thing, king of Arcadia, hence the recent name change, who started a cult to Zeus and founded his own city. So I've made some jokes about that. But basically, African wild dogs, they're not dogs, they're more closely related to wolves, and they're actually trying to get the name changed to painted wolves, because it's more accurate to the species. But they are one of the smartest predators in Africa. And I can talk more about them if you'd like to ask the question, you know, if you want me to talk more about African wild dogs. But for now, the question was just, where did you get the name? So, BTs again? Or was it me exiting the territory? Let's just run. Oh, no, that is definitely BTs. On top of that, very helpful to stop me babbling, because I started to get into a bit of a ramble. Hope I answered the question sufficiently enough, but we're going to have to go into stealth mode now. And we're going to have the eyes ahead. And our ears and eyes about us. Hold breath. So we're gonna have to breathe for a second. Scan. He's right there. And right behind us. So hold the breath and move some more. Stamina is not looking good. Can we drink a monster quickly? Okay, so we got our stamina back, thank God. Because we need to creep past these BTs. They are spooky as shit. I'm going to try and move this way. But we have to breathe and scan. So I'm going to continue to move this way while holding my breath. Just being extra careful on this part. Just want to quickly scan again. So I think we're good to move this way. Until we need to breathe again. Just quick scan. I think we may be clear of the BTs because we're about to turn up at the correct destination. Because that is that building right there. So I'm just going to get up and start running now. Good.
Something wrong, Sam?
I don't know. Kid doesn't look so hot.
Nothing to worry about. Its functions are temporarily suspended, but they can be restored. I can perform the necessary maintenance at a distribution center. Hurry, though.
Okay, on my way. BB suffering from autotoxemia. So, also, what I've got to try and remember is just to stop. I'm distracting myself with all the talking. That's a bit of the problem as well, but I wanted the Q&A for the boring parts.
When the strain on your BB exceeds sustainable levels, it triggers the production of harmful compounds, and the body, in essence, begins to attack itself. It's called autotoxemia. If your BB's not performing to spec, drop by your private room and see if the incubator helps.
So we'll do that now. Maybe I should have saved the Q&A for when it gets past the tutorial-ish missions, but we'll head in now and see what's going on. There's a nice little vehicle I'd like to give a go there.
Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Okay, so let's head in.
Decontaminating suit. Rest is advised.
So we're going to have to make the delivery and then chill in the private quarters for a little bit.
Wait station folks told me all about you. Sam Bridges, with the second expedition, right? The guy expanding the chiral network on his lonesome, when he's not out making deliveries. So what'd you bring us? Let's see it. Talk about above and beyond. Thanks. Must have had to pass through BT territory to get here too, didn't you? They weren't joking when they said you were a legend.
So we got 5% damage on everything, which probably wouldn't have happened if we hadn't have gone and done the PCC thing at the same time, because we ran for additional Timefall. But we still did okay. Yeah, because it includes our run up there, which isn't ideal. But we still got an awesome. And probably leveled up plenty. So a nice +5 delivery volume, +6 delivery volume, +1 miscellaneous. And that's good. We're up to 21.
Okay, it's time. Do you mind connecting us to the network?
So that's the second strand established, and the distribution centre west of Capital Knot City has joined the UCA.
Thanks for bringing more folks into the UCA.
Thought he was going to talk a bit more on that, which is why I sped up talking. Okay, so now we can see all the bits and bobs from other players.
Looks like we're on the chiral network. And with those materials you brought for our chiral printer, we can produce supplies for you here as needed. Think of it as our way of returning the favor. Now head west and keep on doing what you do.
Good. The distro center is on the network.
Sam, do me a favor. Take your BB to a private room and connect it to the incubator.
Dead man, you there? Little help?
Okay, Sam. Remove the pod and connect it to that incubator.
It's in.
Good. A temporary excessive stress. Easily addressed if we return it to its mother's womb.
Mother?
Located in the capital Knot City ICU. Brain dead, of course.
You mean still mother?
Correct. A steel mother's womb facilitates a connection between the world of the dead and the BB. And you, in turn, connect yourself to a BB, granting you the ability to sense BTs. These pods were designed to simulate the conditions inside a still mother's womb. BBs need to believe they're in one at all times to function properly. However, we can only maintain this deception for so long, which is why we must periodically update the environmental data by synchronizing it with a still mother via the chiral network. There. The update is in progress. Right now, the pod is synchronizing with the Steel Mother in Capital Knot City and reconfiguring its settings based on the latest data. Returning your BB to the womb in this manner will temporarily reduce its stress levels. That being where it technically belongs, of course.
Kid looks happy.
I'll try adjusting the oxytocin dosage. Autotoxemia should set in much slower from now on. You should remember that BBs are just equipment. Try not to get attached. Each one has been physically removed from its steel mother's womb. A process that renders them unpredictable and prone to failure. No BB on record has remained in service for over a year. It may need to be retired before this expedition is over.
And then? You saying there's no way to keep my BB alive?
You must understand, there is still a great deal we don't know about BBs. As we expand the chiral network and recover more past data, perhaps we'll find our answers. Oh, right. You asked me to look into why the BTs might be reacting to your blood. I spoke with Hartman. We should have your results soon. Anyway, get some rest. You and your BB are both exhausted. Good night, Sam.
Wow. This game is just amazing.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Sam? Can you see me?
How are things over there?
Still not under guard. Still not chained up. Still can't leave. But if you can keep making connections, if you can get to me, we can go back east, back home. Thank you. I mean that. It's bad. There are fewer and fewer people in the cities these days. No one's having children anymore. But humans aren't made for living alone. They're supposed to come together, to help one another. And if we as a people can't do that, if we can't reconnect, then, well, it's like Bridget said, extinction.
Come on. Rebuilding America isn't gonna get rid of the BTs. As long as they're still around, there's no escaping it.
But at least we'll have hope. I'll be waiting, Sam. Waiting for you. Come and find me.
Hello, Sam. This is Hartman. Since you're awake, it might behoove you to freshen up. To that end, why not take a shower? It's good for the body and soul, and also my research as it happens.
I love it. Now, BB's okay. We'll have a quick monster when we get out the shower. But, yeah. Silo also told me to stare at the crotch for an elongated amount of time. Oh, we missed the middle finger, didn't we? And he definitely was right. That is good. Right, let's try and catch the middle finger this time. Hey! Okay, that was worth it. Now we can see the figures change every single time. I think, generally. They've added a few BTs, but that was basically what happened at the start of the game. In the cutscene with the vehicle thingy and the big explosion. No, we don't want to activate the terminal just yet. We want to take a shower, and like he wanted us to do. We don't need to faff about for now. But I also wanted to say that I will be ending the episode once I get out of the personal room here.
This is Hartman. Deadman relayed your request to me, and I oversee BT research. I'll be taking a sample of your shower water in order to study the effects your bodily fluids might have on a BT.
You study other people with dooms?
Everyone in Bridges, myself and Mama. Results thus far are inconclusive. But you possess other singular qualities, being a repatriate as well. I must confess to a measure of optimism.
Processing fluids. Waste products. Try relay. Dispensing.
There. Take the sample with you. Should the opportunity arise, try using it on a BT. I'm curious to see how they react. Who knows? It may even prove beneficial to you. There was an old research paper detailing the effects of bodily fluids from individuals like us on BTs. It is only by recovering these materials that we can unearth the knowledge of the past. Not just the Death Stranding, but also the mystery of your body's unique properties and even our doom's affliction. There may well be hope for humanity. Sam, I have no interest in rebuilding America. I want to recover the past. 5, 4, it's almost time.
2, After you make your connections and nothing happens, then what? I said, then what?
Still very interesting, and that has helped us a little bit.
Sorry to bother you while you're taking a break, but I figured you'd want to hear this. Hell, maybe it'll help you rest easier. We received a number of messages addressed to you. I've not taken a look myself, but I gather they're mostly from your clients. You should see if they contain any useful information. Mail can be accessed via your cufflinks, as well as the terminal in your private room. There's something else I'd like to share with you. With the chiral network, we now have the power to reclaim our past. Data once thought lost forever from every corner of America can be pieced back together from fragmented records. Our archives are still a work in progress, of course. But as we expand the network and integrate more way stations and cities, we'll be able to recover more and more information, such as the previous expedition's logs and reports. Everything they sent back was lost when Central Knot City was destroyed. Now we've managed to restore some already, in fact. You can access them from a private room terminal or your cufflinks by selecting Archives. Might make for interesting reading.
Okay, good to know. So I'll have a quick monster, as you do, and then we'll have a look at these emails, and then I'll end the episode. Still makes me wince as he downs it. You downed like 3 of them in one go in real life, you'd probably kill yourself. Like let's open the mail. So let's open the one from Benjamin Hancock first. Sorry Sam, bad news. Thanks for delivering those rare medals. Everyone at the Distro Centre really appreciates you coming through for us. I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you though. That bike you saw outside, its battery's dead. You'll have to give it some juice if you want to use it. Only need to do it once though. Auto charge should kick in after. Sorry if we got your hopes up, and I've got some more bad news for you too. You see, different facilities have to work together, sharing materials so everybody gets what they need, and make sure everything that's produced gets put to proper use. That's why guys like you are so important. Without porters, the whole system falls apart. Whole world even. Anyway, there's this guy, George Batten, over at the way station. He used to be a reliable porter, but lately it's been like pulling teeth getting to him to make even the simplest delivery. Keeps bitching about being scared or not having enough oxy or whatever. Always some excuse. Even when he does agree to make a run, he's liable to lose half his load en route. So yeah, that's why we're a bit short on materials at the moment. I'm sure you'll soon help us put that to rights. We're counting on you, Sam. Many thumbs up, and he has the pray emoji on bad news. Perfect. So, George Batten, the guy he talks about, Sam the man, our saviour. They love their emojis in this. Things are looking up here at the way station. Everything feels better somehow. We were all bright-eyed and bush-tailed when we set ourselves up, but 3 years of isolation and loneliness will change anyone's tune. Hell, when we got our first here, we were putting up signs of porters and whatnot. But after a while, some guys got too scared to even set foot outside. When Central went up, I told myself this was it. America's done. Everyone was feeling it too, and the mood was just bleak. And then you waltzed on in. I know what you're thinking. At first, I thought it was just the oxytocin too, but that's not it. Not all of it, anyhow. You gave us a glimmer of hope we needed by bringing us the chiral network. We're back in the game now. Been thinking of putting up signs again even. Watchtowers too. Before long we'll be opening up new delivery routes. Mark my words. It's still scary out there though. All the oxy in the world won't help us deal with mules, let alone BTs. We shit ourselves every time we catch sight of one and end up dropping half our equipment. Honestly, a part of me is still a little worried that we won't be able to keep it up. And that's why we need you, Sam. You're not scared of anything, right? So go show us how it's done. I tell you what, on the first email that I forgot to mention was when he said, the battery's dead. It killed me. It reminded me of Pineapple Express, where he's like, the battery's dead. And he goes, what do you mean the battery's dead? The battery is dead. Goes, what do you mean the battery? How can I say this any other way? The battery is dead. It has ceased to exist. And then we can start with the distress call next time. So I'll see you next time.
everything in your power to save BB.
We are. But we cannot release your son just yet. Believe me when I tell you it's for the best.
This is a woman in a mask who's done nothing but lie to me.
Sam, out of curiosity, how's it doing at the moment?
Before I answer that,
Something wrong?
when I hook up my BB, I see things.
What kind of things?
Like a face, someone I don't know, calling to me. There's this room, too, with other people talking, but I can't make out the words.
Lead-through effect. Didn't I warn you about this? You're mistaking the BB's memories for your own. They're false flashbacks, nothing more. Let me explain. A BB is harvested from its steel mother at around 28 weeks and placed in a pod. To be clear, this is before it's even born. The procedure halts its development. But even at 28 weeks, its sensory systems have matured enough to process external stimuli. It is more than capable of encoding this information into memories, which can bleed into yours via your connection.
So who's the man I saw?
Someone from the medical team, maybe? Or a BB technician? Does it matter? The BB has been in circulation for a while now. It's been handled by a lot of people. How should I know which one made an impression?
'Cause you're the expert.
No one's an expert, Sam. BBs were developed decades ago in secret. They're your quintessential black boxes. We may use them, but we don't truly understand them. Believe me, I've been trying to learn more, but almost all of the old records are gone. If I find anything out, I'll tell you, all right? Dead man's honor.
Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. And remember, you can always follow me on Twitter and Instagram.